Rudolf storms through. Rudolf, the diesel engine, is the most powerful locomotive on the branch. On bright sunny days, he loves pulling long, heavy freight trains up and down the line. However, that all changed when the days are cold and wet. Rudolf didn't like rainy weather, not one bit. When it rains, the rails can get very slippery, and with the branch line having some very steep, hilly sections, it was a common rule on the branch to halve the number of freight wagons they could usually pull during wet days, to make it easier to handle the trains on these steep sections. This meant that Rudolf couldn't pull nice long trains like he normally does.
I hate this rain.
You should never hate the rain, Rudolf. It helps the crops in the farmers' fields to grow and produce lots of food and goods for our trains to transport. And it keeps everything lovely and green, just like your paintwork.
Yes, but it doesn't help me and my trains. Besides, I don't need rain to keep my paintwork green. Well, maybe after a washdown.
The other locomotives all did their best to help cheer him up during these rainy days, but it was no use.
I'm designed to pull long, heavy freight trains. I feel so silly pulling short ones.
What about the passenger services? We only ever pull 3 coaches for those.
That's because the platforms can only handle 3 coaches at a time.
One morning, Stacy had arrived at the sheds with bad news for the railway schedules. Heavy rain and strong winds were expected to come, and the locomotives would have to do their best to keep the trains running for the next few days. At the seaside station of Cleveland, the beach was closed due to the strong winds and rain, but the train still had to stop and deliver goods and passengers, and collect new ones in their place. Rudolf watched out to the sea, hoping to see a patch of blue sky, but it was nothing but dark grey and very rough seas.
Bother this weather.
The heavy storm hit that late afternoon. Electra had collected her passengers from Jen at Warwick Junction, and had just started her journey back up the line. Meanwhile, Rudolf was heading back from Normanton, and had no idea of Electra's near accident. As he arrived to the platform, he saw Otis on the freight siding looking very worried.
What's wrong with you?
I seized one of my side rods and cannot continue, and this goods train needs to get to Warwick Junction for the transfer.
Is Beatrice or Trixie coming?
Both are busy trying to clear a fallen trees for the rest of you to continue. By the time they finish, the mainline connection will be long gone.
Not to worry. I'll take your train with me.
But Rudolf,
I never like a train being delayed. And besides, you're going with me. The 2 of us should manage.
Rudolf hooked Otis and his freight train behind his coaches, and with a bit of wheel slipping, he slowly pulled the long train out of the station. The green diesel engine rumbled and roared down the tracks, happy to be pulling a long train again, and was determined to get his and Otis's goods on schedule. As they came to the hill, Rudolf charged with all his might. Otis wasn't prepared for the sudden surge of speed, and he accidentally applied his brakes in panic. Rudolf rumbled and growled halfway up the hill and came to a stop, before the weight of the whole train slowly slid them back down.
Ois, what did you do?
I'm sorry, Rudolf. I panicked.
Never mind. Let's go back down and try again.
They backed the train down the line to get another run-up.
I will not let this hill hold us back. Put your sanders on.
And they charged again. Ois did his best to help as well. However, with only one functioning cylinder, he was struggling to provide any extra power. Their wheels kept on slipping on the wet incline.
I will not give up. I will not give up.
Keep going, keep going.
However, the hill was proving to be too much, and once again they came to a stall on the slope. It's no use, Rudolf. This train and I are too heavy for you to handle. Just leave me on the siding and...
I am not gonna give up. Come on, one more try. And this time we give it everything we've got.
So they pushed the train back down the line one more time, a little further back than before in the hope to get a good run-up.
On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3!
Roaring and snorting, the two locomotives slipped and heaved as they charged forward. The remaining sand on the rails from their last attempt helped them gather speed. The hill got closer and closer.
Here we go!
And they slowly climbed once more. Lightning flashed around them as they got higher and higher up the slope. Rudolf saw the bridge on the peak of the hill getting closer and closer, and his wheels started to ease to the flat ground.
Ois, we did it!
Well done, Rudolf.
And the long train hurried off down the line.
Beatrice to all trains. The tree has been removed and the line is all clear to Warwick Junction. We'll be heading up the line to collect ours now. Over.
Rudolf to Beatrice, there is no need. Ois is with me. Over.
Sparrow and Eric were waiting at Warwick Junction when they heard the horn. Rudolf and Ois, tired but triumphant, slowly crawled into platform 3 with their trains. The passengers carefully hurried off to Sparrow's train. And Eric collected Ois's goods train.
Well done, Rudolf. You helped Ois when he was broken down and got both your trains here on time. You are a credit to the branch line.
Thank you, Miss Stacy. But there's just one thing I need to ask.
And what's that?
Do you think it'll be sunny tomorrow? I still don't like rainy weather.